Hey, welcome and take a seat, my snow-covered friends, to a very special Christmas episode of Let's Play Baldur's Gate. It's actually not special at all. I just happen to be filming around Christmas, and I hope you enjoy the hat. You'd be surprised how difficult it is to actually get a Santa hat over the headphones, but whatever. We're here to play some more Baldur's Gate, as per the usual. Taking a look at the evil party today. I don't know why Eldoth is, this is Eldoth, right? Yeah. We need a bow or something for this guy. He can generate arrows. He's even proficient with arrows. Well, he's proficient with longbow and shortbow. That's good enough. Anyway, a cup of ho-ho-hos to you and, all yours, my friends. Hope the holidays are at least going tolerable for you. If not at least... hopefully, they're more than better than tolerable, but hopefully they're at least tolerable, if the holidays happen to be a bad time for you. Alright, well, enough about that. We are in the fantasy land of Farron, which, as far as I know, has no Christmas equivalent. We have encountered a sword spider, which we determined back in the good Let's Play that they aren't as dangerous as they may seem. However, it does seem like this one managed to poison Luther, so we're going to have Branwen go over and remove that poison. That sword spider is going to town. We just need a couple of good hits. As we determined, sword spiders don't really have very much HP, and their AC isn't amazing either. As long as you have a good sturdy fighter in front of them, they really shouldn't be hitting too much. Looks like that one's going after Kagan. We are having it quite a difficult time with that one. That was more similar to my normal encounters with a sword spider, as opposed to the good playthrough where we just kind of wrecked them. I think we're just gonna have to rest here. Now, you might be wondering why the heck we're back here in this part of Cloakwood when I made it very clear that I just don't like being in Cloakwood at all. Well, if you remember, we decided that each party was going to explore every other section of Cloakwood to its fullest, so the good party has this one and this one, which leaves this one to the evil party. So let's take a look here. Gosh, does that mean the evil party has to take out the wyverns? Because if we do, we might just be doomed. Okay, same as last time, we're going to need to go in here and fight the nest of spiders, which is not going to be pleasant in any sort of way. We're going to need to mentally prep as well as just get some abilities here out. It looks like Branwen took a level and she gains a level 2 and level 3 spell. Not too shabby. Let's take a look here. Is that our first? Oh, excellent. We get access to level 3 spells now. This might trivialize the spider fight because we can just summon a bunch of skeletons. Oh, that's right. We're playing on the Baldur's Gate 2 engine. So skeletons no longer summon in hordes of 6. They just summon one at a time. That's just awful. Well, it's probably because skeleton summoning previously was far too strong. The fact that they're immune to a multitude of things like confusion, paralysis, and that sort of stuff already makes them pretty darn good. Dispel magic, very good spell to have, but usually requires foreknowledge of an enemy, which it will be useful against. Cure medium wounds, kind of a waste of a spell slot in the third slot. 14 HP is nice and all, but for two level 1s, why can't I find it? Here we go. 2 level 1s, you get 16. So to spend 1 level 3 spell just to get 14 HP, it just doesn't seem right. Now, if it was like 30, I think 30 would be hands down worth it. If it was 20, maybe. But even then, nah. Like, you would expect a level 3 spell to be 3 times as strong as a level 1 spell. I know it doesn't quite work that way, but you would kind of want it to at least heal 24, right? Because that would be 3 cure light wound spells put together. But 14? It's disgustingly low. Visibility purge is a joke, unless you're fighting things that are invisible, which you pretty much never do. Zone of Sweet Air has its uses, but again, in most situations, you don't need to. I'm not familiar with this one. Unholy Blight? Is this a new one? Spell calls upon the energy of the negative energy plane. In order to channel between it, the target's result and good creature within the spell's effect takes 1d4 of damage per level of the caster. I mean, okay. So it's not terrible damage, is it? Let me see here. What level do we have? Level 5, so it's 5d4. It's about on par with a fireball. Kind of. Actually, it's way lower than a fireball, because a fireball would be 6d6, right? Yeah, so it's like worse than a fireball, with the added benefit that it specifically only targets good characters. So funnily enough, this is perfect for our team. I don't think we have a single good character. No, we're all evil in some way or another. Except Branwyn, who's neutral, but that's fine. Yeah, so theoretically we could use Unholy Blight. Strength of 1 is interesting. But I think Branwyn already has Strength of 1, or she has something very similar. She has Holy Power, which gives her 1800 strength, so she doesn't need Strength of 1. It's certainly... So Strength of 1 gives you 1875, whereas Holy Power gives you 1800, which is better. Wait, this spell only lasts 1 turn? What? What? Guys, that's insane. Why does this spell only last 1 turn? It's kind of bad already.
Hello.
But, for instance... Wait a minute, what's a turn? I'm assuming a turn is a round. The terminology is not always consistent in these spell descriptions. I'm going to assume 1 turn is 1 round, which is 6 seconds, right? But, like, holy crap, why would you ever use Strength of 1? Ever. Oh, okay, hang on. It affects all party members. Okay. But still. Oh, okay. Like, I kind of get it then. I think if you had, like a team of melee fighters, and they were all kind of just bunched up in front of a bunch of enemies, you could have your priest cast this for 1 turn of really good damage, assuming, of course, though, that your fighters aren't already at high strength. I mean, this would basically do nothing for Luther. It would help Kagan, for sure. It wouldn't really help Chartiel. And the rest of us aren't going to be fighting on the front lines, so... Yeah, I don't know, guys. Doesn't seem good, even in an ideal scenario. That doesn't seem that great. Plus, it only lasts... It does not scale with caster level, which is even worse. Anyway, Rigid Thinking is good if you're an NPC, but of course they get that pesky verse spell saving throw, which is frustrating. Yeah, the duration is 1 turn? What? Do I not understand what a turn is? Hang on. I gotta look this up. Maybe a turn is longer, because when they cast Rigid Thinking on us, it lasts a lot longer than that. Okay, no, I'm very, very wrong about this. I'm glad I looked this up, because I was spreading a large amount of misinformation there. There is an actual difference between turn and round. A turn is 10 rounds. So that makes way more sense now. Never mind. Strength of 1 is totally fine. Strength of 1 is legitimate. It gives your non-18 exceptional strength fighters 1875 for 10 rounds. So basically, like, about 16 attacks, depending on how many attacks per round your fighter gets. Like, how many does Luther get? At level, what are we, 5? Should show it here. Attacks per round. Attacks per round is 3.5, or three halves. So we attack 1.5 times per round. Eventually we'll get that up to 2. So yeah, okay, I can see that being decent. A lot better than 1 round. Makes way more sense. So that means Rigid Thinking lasts 10 rounds. Why is there a distinction between a turn and a round? Why not just measure everything by rounds? You just say 10 rounds. Whatever. Bah humbug. Okay. Remove Paralysis. Decent if you know you're going against a hold spell. Otherwise, useless. Remove Curse. It saves you 300 gold from having to go to the temple, which is fine, I guess. I mean, it's not terrible. But it's definitely situational, not combat-oriented. Protection from fire. What is the difference between protection from fire and then protection from cold and fire? I think the druids get protection from cold and fire. Lasts 3 rounds plus 1 per level of the caster. Complete invulnerability. Wow. And to exposure to magical fires, absorbing 80% of all the damage dealt by magical sources. So makes them immune to mundane fire and pretty much immune to non-mundane fire. Miscast magic. I don't know if this is a legitimately usable spell. Any spellcasting creature that is affected by this. So I'm assuming this affects your party. And they suffer an 80% chance of spell failure. I feel like that would just screw up you as much as it would screw up the enemy. The range is the visual range of the caster. I'm assuming you can target this and there's like an area of effect. But ask yourself, how many spellcasters have we really fought in the game? Wahahaha, which there's no way you're going to have miscast magic normally by the time you fight them. Or him. I mean, you could just go out and like kill basilisks and get to level 5, but normally you're not going to be level 5 when you fight Wahahaha, so you're not going to use it against him. What other casters are there? What are the threatening casters are there? Because there's like Silky cast spells, but she's alone. You're just going to jump her, and that's not really going to be an issue. I guess there are a couple spellcasters that are trouble. But this seems so... Most of the spellcasters you encounter can be taken out pretty quickly because they fight you alone, like the assassins that constantly, like Nimble, the guy at the friendly arm in, which again, you're not going to have this spell usually by the time you get to the friendly arm in, so I don't even know if that counts. I just feel like the situations in which this is a usable spell are so few and far between, and then you have to actually get the spell to work in the first place. Is there a saving throw for this? Creatures can save versus the effect, but do so with a -2 penalty. So they could just save versus it. I know they get the -2, but that's only 10%. If their save versus spell is pretty good, they could just save versus it and then like nothing happens. Again, I just don't think it's a terribly usable spell. It's not that you can't have edge cases where it is usable. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, guys. Holy Smite, what is this? Oh, this is just Unholy Blight, only in reverse. Glyph of Warding. Glyph of Warding is where it's at. It used to be called Skull Trap, I think. Unless Skull Trap is something different. No, this is the one that does lightning damage, right? Yeah, it deals 1d4 points of electrical damage per... Why did they change the name to Glyph of Warding? It's pretty awesome. It's kind of like a poor man's fireball. But it floats there and waits for the enemy to come through. Well, actually, it waits for anything to come through it, I believe. Any creature, yeah. So you gotta be careful because you can trigger it. I don't know. It's like a different kind of fireball. It deals less damage, but I don't think they get a saving throw, do they? Yeah, there's no saving throw. Whereas you get a saving throw for fireball. Yeah, I think it's respectable. I think it's the priest version of fireball. Different, but not necessarily worse. Dispel magic, we already went over that one. Cure disease. Do you fight anything that uses disease effects on you in this game? Like, literally. Do you fight anything that diseases you in Baldur's Gate 1? I know you fight some things that disease you in Baldur's Gate 2. Oh, blindness, deafness, and feeble mind are also cured with a spell. Okay. Well, that makes it a little bit better, because it lets you remove feeble mind. I mean, blindness and deafness, again... I don't think there's like a single enemy in Baldur's Gate 1 that uses those spells. Definitely not deafness. There is a deafness spell. But blindness? I mean, technically you could cast blind on yourself. Is there an NPC that casts blind? I don't think there is. Anyway, Animate Dead is also very good. It just gets better the higher levels you get. Although we are limited now to just a single skeleton. Sorry for going over that so long, guys. You know me, I'm a spell nut, and I just love looking at all the statistics and breaking things down as to what we shouldn't take. We're going to take the double summon skeleton just so that we can put some monsters between us and the spiders we're about to fight. Hello. Why isn't this working? Bless is fine. We'll get another level 2 spell, but level 2 spells are kind of garbage. I don't know. Draw upon Holy Might is okay. It's not awful. It's just, we don't really want Branwen to have high strength or dex. Specifically, she's kind of a heal bot. What is she primarily fights with the sling, which I guess benefits from strength. So, yeah, I guess raising her strength a couple points wouldn't be the worst thing ever. But the real question is just like, is it worth it? No, this isn't a druid spell. I thought resist fire and cold was a druid spell. No, okay, so the difference is it reduces it by 50%. Silence isn't going to help us. Spiritual hammer, hold person isn't helpful. Sheesh. Guess we just go with another aid spell. It's kind of lame, but... Alright. Branwen's our big caster, but what about Edwin? Is there anything Edwin can do to increase our chances of success against these spiders? No, because he doesn't know Fireball. Close. Well, not really. It's like 6,000 experience points away. Eldoth, I know you have some spells. You are a bard. You have garbage spells. That's fine. Alright, take a snooze and away we go. Kill the meat, my pets. So, I think I'm gonna go with a little bit silly of a response here. Hey, wait! We've come here to benefit from your divine wisdom. Let us speak. You've come to learn from my infinite wisdom. Speak quickly. That's so rude. Gotta get a shout out for number 1. We want to know why you're so fat. Ugh. Have you come to the wellness area? What's your name? It's about the Iron Throne. Unfortunately, being rude is exactly what evil Luther would do, so... we want to know why you're, so fat. Your humor doesn't amuse me. Die. Save your thanks. Alright, so same as last time, we're gonna scoot... Oh boy. We're getting caught up on each other. We're gonna scoot out of here. We're gonna have to fight... I think we're gonna have to fight the sword spider in reverse here. We're just gonna fight it as it comes out. Because, yeah, luckily when the creatures spawned, they spawned in front of us. Sword spider first. Not great that we aggro these 2 giant spiders at the same time, but that's fine. Maybe Edwin will be able to put them to sleep. I doubt we'll be so lucky with the sword spider. Ah! Eldoth cannot cast while he has his armor on. I should have thought of that. And we should have summoned these skeletons a long time ago. It's okay, the two huge spiders go down thanks to Edwin. Now, we did get a skeleton. That's going to be marginally helpful. Looks like the sword spider is going to fall on his own, just from the brute force of our melee fighters here. And we'll make short work of the giant spiders that are snoozing. They went a lot better than the other sword spider that we fought over here. It just felt like we couldn't hit it. Okay, it's gonna pop right back in. Did our skeleton not follow us? You summons?
And will not go lightly.
Summons don't follow you. I didn't know that.
What is it now?
I had assumed in the new engine that they would, but apparently they don't. That's fine. We'll have Branwen cast... Pathing in this place is so bad. We'll have Branwen cast Animate Skeleton. We probably should have had her cast Bless first. That would have made more sense. But there we go. We got the attention of that spider and the Ettercap, unfortunately. We could... Well, tell you what. We'll swap everyone over to ranged weapons. Sans Eldoth, who will go outside, I guess. And everyone else will just perform a salvo of volleys against the sword spider until that skeleton dies. We accidentally canceled Branwen's Bless spell, that's fine. That did not last very long, but the sword spider is at half health, that's something. We're gonna about face here, that's not good. The sword spider's going after Edwin, that's terrible. Ah, but it changed directions and started going after the skeleton. In fact, it looks like everyone's going after the skeleton now. Just good. We'll have Kagan and Luther go after the Ettercaps each respectively, and that's just to kind of keep them busy and away from the party. We'll go ahead and cast Command on the Sword Spider. That will probably work. Edwin's going to come over here and attempt to do a sweet double hit on the Ettercap with Agonizer or Scorcher. Kagan needs to swap back over to his melee weapon, as does Luther. And here we go. Okay, Sword Spider's down. And I'm tempted to take that as an opportunity to tell everyone to focus on it, because those will be guaranteed hits. The Ettercaps have indeed gone after Luther and Kagan, that's fine. So we got what we wanted out of that, and yeah, it was definitely worth it to focus the Sword Spider while it was unconscious, just to get those free hits in. That Ettercap is going after Eldoth. Eldoth is poisoned and going to die unless we give him an antidote. Very much a dead bard otherwise. So, antidote down. We really need to get him a bow of sorts. Any bow will do. He doesn't know identification, and we have a longbow that potentially we could use, but without an identification spell, it seems unlikely that we'll be able to make use of it. The Ettercaps aren't too terribly dangerous. I doubt they're really going to pierce the armor. Okay, I say that and somebody gets hit like 3 times. I doubt they're going to be of much threat to our front row fighters due to their AC. We could probably just not waste any more magic on them.
And will not go lightly.
Just to make sure that Eldoth doesn't bite the big one, we're going to go ahead and heal him. Maybe this time I'll remember not to cancel out Branwen's casting.
And will not go lightly.
And the rest of this shouldn't be too bad. I don't think there's anything else that's terribly dangerous in here. It's mostly the 2 Sword Spiders and the 2 Ettercaps. Eldoth, Eldoth, just get out of here. Get out of here. Go home, Eldoth.
Again, you disturb.
Save your thanks.
Your worthless lives end here.
So, Sentiel. What's the story of Sentiel there? We don't know much about it other than she's been cursed by John Irenicus. We'll go ahead and offer her for a free 2,000 EXP. Works for me. Oh, it's only 1,000. My apologies.
Thank God.
Fair enough. However, it was enough to get Luther up yet another level. So we are at 5. We get that extra half attack? Or is that not coming until 7? Probably. Wait, attacks per round 1. What? Didn't we have 3 halves before? Why is it now 1? What? Did we get weaker when we leveled up? No, surely not. I don't know what's going on there. Unless that was bonus attacks per round? I don't really know. It doesn't matter. We're gonna go ahead and take the loot.
Thank God. And will not go lightly.
Since we told Tibber to knock it off and leave us alone, we will leave Chelak's body where it lies. Chartiel is going to be needing to go back on trap duty.
I love blood. I'll do it.
I don't know if there's any other
go
big traps here, but there is quite a lot of the map left unexplored, so we're going to take it safe.
Thank God. Who can resist the mighty strength of Luther?
Hopefully we don't run into any
Will
sirens.
not go lightly.
Hey! Our precautions are rewarded. Oh, great. Alright, so this is a phase spider. Phase spiders have incredibly strong poison,
Save your thanks.
and they teleport.
Goes now.
So when they get their sights set on somebody, they typically go hard. And they bypass your fighters. No, Eldoth, please. We want to keep you alive at least a marginal amount of time. Anyway, once you manage to shake them off and get them targeted to a fighter, they're usually not too bad. Especially if you have a method of removing poison, which we do, thanks to Branwen. What's her Thaco, I wonder? Face Spider... -1, so... Not even as good as a Flind.
This is a trusting fellow.
Unless we significantly boosted our AC since the last time we found a Flind, which we might have. Eldoth took a level. More pickpockets. I assume. It doesn't say... Oh, wait. Here we go. There we go. Level up. Thaco reduction. Saving throw reduction. More spells. More hit points. And more lore. Maybe with that lore, he can ID some of these. Please ID the bow. Hey! Awesome. Exciting stuff. Alright, the dead shot. We're not going to read the dead shot's life story. We're only interested in the stats. Thaco +3, can't really argue with that. +2 damage, so it's a bow +2. Finally, Eldoth can participate. Oh, we should have had him making arrows every time we were resting. That's too bad. We have a lot of specialty arrows, but no... Oh, wait. No, Kagan has regular arrows. Fancy that. Kagan, the mobile arrow coral. Our diligence pays off. Oh, wait, he's not able to ID the Wands of Blizzard. He is able to ID Spider's Bane. Spider's Bane is a very respectable two-handed sword. Problem is, no one on our party uses two-handed swords. At all. I don't know of many characters that do. Minsk does. For obvious reasons, we're not using him. Does any other NPC use two-handed swords? Sorry about the clinking. It's hot chocolate. It's Christmas. I got it. It's not actually Christmas. I think it's like 6 days before Christmas. But, you know, it's the holiday. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, so I just don't think we're going to get much use out of the Harrower, or sorry, the Spider's Bane. We could just give it to Luther to give him the option of moving freely, because that's the biggest advantage that the Spider's Bane gives, is this, right here. Free action means no hold person, no web, no entangle. It's a very powerful effect. But our... Oh wait, this is a longsword? Oh my goodness. We can't even use the Harrower. We have yet to find a magical bastard sword. Maybe that's why his attacks per round were lower. I bet it is. Yep. That's funny. Well, we'll just keep him with the Spider's Bane then, and we'll give... Is Eldoth... No, for some silly reason he's specialized into Scimitar, Wakizashi, and Ninjato. What are magic weapons, guys? We don't need those. That's just silly.
Save your thanks.
Oh boy.
This is a trusting fellow.
Hopefully that phase spider is going after Kagan, which he is. He decided to cast Dimension Door again? Where's he going? Ah! Decided... Sorry. Decided to go behind the party for some reason. That's a little scary. Especially because Shartiel is not wearing armor.
Thank God.
Just gotta play the game of draw the aggro. Oh no! Okay. Large spiders, huge spiders, right? Huge spiders coming in from the east. A quick sleep spell will make short work of them.
Save your thanks.
And that just leads us to deal with the phase spider. As long as the phase spider doesn't poison your fighters and you can get them aggro to the fighters, it's usually a good time.
And will not go lightly.
It's just those awkward moments, especially when you're exploring the sewers in Baldur's Gate. And you've got like 17 carrion crawlers surrounding you, and the phase spider decides to teleport on top of your mage in those extremely narrow walkways. That's when the phase spiders become really a big problem. In open areas like this, you have a little bit more wiggle room. Well, a lot of more wiggle room. Okay, let's keep checking for traps. I feel a little confident that there won't be traps on the edge of the coast. I don't know why. Maybe there's no real logical reason to assume that. Yeah, I guess just kind of it's a coast. It's a coast, guys. There it is. Can we even get up here? Maybe not.
Save your thanks.
Anyway, Shark Teal will continue to inch forward here, carefully surveying the scene.
Who can resist the mighty strength of Luther? Who can resist the mighty strength of Luther? Who can resist the mighty
Who can resist the mighty strength of Luther? No one can. No one can.
Who can resist the mighty strength of Luther?
I don't know if I've already said this, but did you know that Luther, the actor for Luther and the voice actor for Luther are two totally different people? I mean, it's not that surprising, right? Like, it's a video game, of course. You know, like, it's not the first time you've done motion capture or something for one guy's the motion capture actor and the other guy's a voice actor or whatever. Especially when you also have things like animators, artists, sound designers, etc., etc. The list just keeps going. But, wait, what? What? Why is this here? What is this? Guys, it's not often I encounter something in Baldur's Gate that I actually don't know what it is. Why is there what appears to be the body of some thing, or some person rather, or a humanoid, something that was capable of wearing leather armor, a sword and a ring, on the edge of the coast? What the? What? Okay, how? What? That Ettercap wasn't there before. Anyway, yeah, so the voice actor for Luther, I want to say is a guy who, like, worked on Saturday Night Live? Or whose line is it anyway? He's, like, connected to Drew Carey somehow. I don't quite remember exactly all the details. I just thought that was hilarious. Anyway, what the heck are these things? You know, it's funny, I laughed and said that there are no magical scimitars. Did they add? Oh. This is a cursed ring. Cursed ring of slight monsterism. Don't worry, guys. It's not true monsterism. It's just slight monsterism. Changes the wearer's appearance to that of a zombie. Charisma -4 may only be removed by a remove curse spell. But aside from the charisma penalty, that seems like a bonus. I get to be a zombie? Well, it just says it changes the appearance to that of a zombie. So someone came out here and died, possibly as a zombie. But I feel like we're not going to get the true story until we ID that sword. The Iron Thorn, this wrought iron band, is pitted and stained as if by acid. Between the two thorns formed by the band, a crude lump of silver on its head suggests the image of a skull against a black field, perhaps the symbol of Merkel, Lord of Bones. Huh.
Thank God.
Well, that was interesting. I don't know if the sword is any good. I guess we'll have to find out when we can.
And will not go
one day. One day. I did. Oh! Hi. That's fine.
And his name is Luther.
Wait, what's this? Broken weapon. One of our swords must have broke over here.
Thank God. A new God rules this planet now, and his name.
Okay, I think the party has this. We're gonna have Sharktail keep moving. I'm super curious about that scimitar. I I wonder if that's why they made Eldoth use them, because they knew there was a magic one in the area. I don't know what that is, but it's probably not important.
Who can resist the mighty strength of Luther?
Doesn't really look like a way to explore this part of the map without a clairvoyance spell. Whoop!
Okay.
Nailed it. Yeah, but I guess that's it. Huh. So there really isn't much on this map. There's Tibber, Spider Nest, and a zombie ring. I guess.
Save your thanks and we'll
Wasn't
not go late.
Koran up here? I guess Koran's here. That's fine though. We did our duty. We completed our pact. We explored this part of the map. Means we get to skip this one.
Thank God. Who can
Or
resist the
breeze
mighty
through it,
strength of
rather.
Luther?
Of course, the game isn't going to let us skip it. Again, I don't think there are traps in this particular part of Cloakwood, so we're going to swap over to the armor for Chartil as we avoid the Legion of Bears to our right. It used to be if you clicked on a bear enough times, they'd say something about a picnic basket in reference to Yogi Bear.
It would be good for you to watch your actions while in this wood.
Uh-oh. You there. Stand. I command you to stop, so that I may parley with you a moment. We don't have time for you, old-timer. You may not have the time, but I certainly have the time for you. I must assume that you are part of the organization that pollutes Cloakwood. For that, you must die. Oh, well, alright. If you and your stick think you can take on our party of 6, go for it. Otherwise, please leave us alone. Okay, I'm getting nervous. That spell is— oh gosh! He cast Call Lightning. That's not good. That's, we hit him so many times and we couldn't just disrupt the spell. I should have taken it a little more seriously. That's not good. Call Lightning is going to hurt a lot. As you saw, it dealt 30 damage to, 30 damage Kagan with a 20 damage bonus? Why is there— and that was with a save verse spell. That's terrifying. He save versed that and it dealt 30, or rather it dealt 30 damage in spite of saving verse it. It prioritizes characters in full plate. So as soon as we can, we need to remove Chartil's plate mail. We might just lose someone, I'm not sure. We're gonna heal Kagan. It looks like we were able to take care of Lascal. Now, you might be thinking, Chezni, why are you still nervous? And the reason is because that spell will just keep going.
Will not go late.
In fact, we might need to just exit the map right now
Who can resist the mighty strength
in
of
hopes of escaping the spell's effects. And what's worse, I don't know if this is true, but it's raining. I don't know if the weather affects the spell. That might be a bit giving the game a bit too much credit. Oh, you know what? We are A-okay with just leaving and coming here, aren't we? Oh, golly gee. Wyverns. Now, I don't know if there are any traps on this Waylay map, but these are baby wyverns, so we could theoretically fight them. I think it might make sense to, kind of, sort of. This might be a terrible idea. We're gonna try it.
You are so irritating.
We're gonna try it. I don't think you can put them to sleep. So we're just gonna focus on damage. Kagan takes one, Luther takes the other. Kagan's poison, which means once Branwen is finished casting Summon Skeleton, she'll come over here and try to heal Branwen. Or, sorry, try to heal Kagan. Yeah, look how fast that poison damages. Oh, jeez!
Thank God.
What happened?
That would, of course, be me.
We lost a... Wait, why is... Oh, Kagan has morale failure. which isn't surprising considering our circumstances.
Save your thanks.
Luther is dying quite fast from poison. Might have bit off more than we can chew here.
This is a trusting fellow.
Okay, Kagan is cured from poison, but it might not matter.
What is it now?
Okay, we're gonna try Agonizer or Scorcher. We just have to throw, like, everything we have, which isn't a lot.
What is your command?
We can try? I don't think command is gonna work on these things. Let's try just summoning another skeleton with Branwen. We lost control over Kagan. There's nothing really we can do to save him. Yeah, he's just dead. Oh! Edwin accidentally nuked Grind's ward. Alright, let's try that again.
Save your and will not go
Okay, we now know our party is not capable of fighting wyverns. It's not a good idea. We're just gonna hoof it. Least of all in this formation when they're flanking us.
Save your
Okay. Well, we did apparently lose one of our Bastards hordes. We're down to our last one. And I think we came here to avoid the effects of the lightning spell, so all we need to do is just go back. Wait, why don't we just go up here? That's probably what we should have done in the first place. Waylaid again. We definitely can take out huge spiders, or giant spiders, as they are. One sleep spell should incapacitate most of them.
Here goes save your
And we can just take out the one that's awake.
I thank God. That would, of course,
Certainly a lot easier to handle than wyverns. Even baby wyverns are deadly. It's crazy.
Whatever you got, I want. Who can resist the mighty?
Now, the reason we fought those instead of just immediately running is because there was always the possibility of there being more traps in these areas. Unless there's a way to tell. I don't know. There might be a way to, like, distinguish which waylaid maps have traps and which ones don't. If there is, I'm not aware of a way to do it. So what we're really looking out here for is Faldorn. I'm afraid she was on the other map, the one that we're not going to explore, and if she is, we will go back and see if we can find her. Who the heck? Oh, guard. So you might be wondering why there are guards in the middle of nowhere. It is because they belong to the Iron Throne. They're not terribly strong, but they are capable fighters in a sense. Like, they're not gonna outright murder your party, but if they go after your back line like this, they can be quite a nuisance.
Thank God.
We'll try and get the guards' attentions with our fighters. That seemed to work. And then, well, we could put them to sleep, but it's probably fine if we just fight them normally.
Here goes nothing. Thank God. That would have.
Kagan took quite a few hits there. What's their Thaco here? Still a -1.
Save and will not go.
I'm surprised Kagan got hit so many times there. His regen should help assuage some of it. Oh, nuts! A Hama Dryad. It's like a Dryad, only, I don't know, more Hama-esque. They're not fun. That's all I'm saying here. She's casting invisibility. We need to hope that somehow we're going to disrupt it by using a salvo of ranged attacks against her. No, she didn't cast invisibility. She cast Dire Charm. I thought these guys cast invisibility. She is casting Dimension Door. With Luther charmed, let's just hightail it. Let's just get out of here. I don't think she'll attack Luther while he's charmed, so we have no reason to be here. Funnily enough, we equipped Luther with a ranged attack, which makes him less threatening than he would be if he had his sword. Now, Kagan is following the party, which is frustrating. Luther has decided not to follow the party, which is good. That Dire Charm, which I'm pretty sure it was. Dire Charm. Yeah, Dire Charm. Is going to last quite a while, but eventually it'll run off. Now she's going in for another cast here. We could try to disrupt this again. Maybe a magic missile from Edwin will do some good. Yeah, it looks like that succeeded, so she's going to Dimension Door again. We just got to keep running. We got to just keep... Oh, wow, they significantly reduced the duration of Dire Charm. That's good.
Thank God. Whatever you come out, you coward.
So now that Kagan is following the party and Luther is back on our team, we can kind of focus a little more on the Hamadryad. Maybe we can disrupt her spells again. She succeeded? No, I think she was disrupted again, yeah. Whatever she was casting had casting failure, now she's Dimension Dooring again. Kagan's back on our team. We're just going to go ahead and attack the Dryad wherever she ends up popping up. It is frustrating because she keeps... Oh, that was Entangle. It is frustrating because she keeps repositioning, making it difficult to get a good surround on her. Luther is over here, so he'll swap over to his crossbow. Everyone else will hopefully be able to once again disrupt whatever she's casting. Looks like it succeeded, and she died. How? How is that thing only worth 650 EXP? That's insane. A monster that can charm your own party members and turn them against you is somehow rated easier than a sword spider or a phase spider. Well, whatever. Scary stuff. It's never fun when your party is turned against you. Because when you think about it from a mechanical perspective, the easiest, well, not the easiest, the intended way for you to remove threats from your party is to kill them. But if you kill your own party member, well, I mean, obviously that's not what you want to do, because that just you're just trading one life for another. There's no net gain if you kill one party member to save another. So it makes it tough. I'm really glad they lowered the duration of Dire Charm, though. That made that fight a lot less annoying. Because otherwise we're just going to have to run around forever while we wait for the effect to wear off. Some kind of bridge here. We should probably rest. Some of the party members are fatigued. And we could do with getting our spells back as well, so.
And will not go lightly.
Once again, is there anything super exciting out in this forest? I don't really know. I don't have the Cloakwood maps memorized, because typically I scoot through them as quickly as possible. So there might not even be a reason that we're exploring all this. I'm really worried, though, that Faldorn was in the last map, so we're going to have to go back. She's next to, if memory serves, she's next to a giant tree, or like a dead tree. It's like a tree hollow, turned into a house or something. Something tells me that there isn't enough room on the map anymore. Well, I guess we have about half the map to go. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll find her. Tasseloy? Interesting.
Save your thanks.
Go pester someone else.
Thank God. That would, of course, be me. A new god rules this planet now, and his name is
Small
Luther.
fries.
Say, who can resist the mighty strength of Luther?
I'm not saying I want there to be giant creatures coming out to kill us, but I do feel like this part of the forest has been kind of empty. That's sort of the problem, though, right? Like, Baldur's Gate 2 almost went in the opposite direction. Where in Baldur's Gate 2, you can't take, like, 2 steps without somebody telling you a story about how, like, a demon from another plane has kidnapped their son who wants you to get them back and will give you an ancient artifact that in turn is connected to this other big story where kobold brain lords have invaded from space and then you blast off into the moon. Yeah, anyway, you get the point. Maybe we can take one baby wyvern. I bet we can take one baby wyvern. Especially if the party is properly formed, is in proper formation before we fight it. We just need to keep an eye on the poison. Yeah, that went way better. It's amazing how something as simple as formation can change a fight.
A new god rules this planet now, and his name is Luther.
But anyway, so yeah, Baldur's Gate 2 almost had the opposite problem, where you can't, like, do anything without 70 people sending you on just as many quests that are all connected to the lore and plot and history of, like, everything in the game, and you end up getting dragged along and having to do all of this story plot stuff, which is great and everything, but it was at least difficult for me to take it seriously. Like, it was difficult for me to suspend my disbelief, because I felt like, this isn't the real world, this is just a bunch of NPCs standing around waiting to give me these epic quests that, you know, like, why were these quests not resolved before I got here, if they were so important? You're telling me this is just normal? So unfortunately the evil party looks like they drew the short end of the stick, because I don't know why this bear is coming after us. Fortunately they drew the short end of the stick, because we're gonna have to go into the wyvern cave here. Oh, that was a definite flub on my part. There was no reason to turn Sharkeel back around.
Thank God.
Well, shoot!
That would of course be me.
Guess that necessitates another trip back home.
Why?
Maybe we can sell some of this gear and
will not go lightly.
It's a pity Branwen didn't die. We could have just gone and got Faldorn. Which way would be faster? Probably the friendly arm in. Oh my gosh.
And will not go lightly. And will not go lightly.
Anyway, it does look like we're gonna have to fight the wyvern nest with the evil party.
I'm tired.
So we're gonna need to stock up on antidotes. There's no easy way to do this without it. As far as I know, there's no way to protect yourself from poison. There's no priest spell that gives you a preemptive bonus to it. Elminster, what are you doing here? Well met, young one. I trust that thou art well. I have heard many things about thee in the past few 10 days, and I am most impressed. Are you following me, old man? Only through tales and stories, I assure thee. Thou art the subject around many a table lately, and I am quite sure that the majority of the rumors are more or less true. Much is as I would have done, though the methods may have differed. No doubt the clues unearthed so far have pointed thee in the same direction I would have concluded as well. Thou dost possess a gifted nature, and I am sure that thou wilt make good use of it. I am determined in my course, and I do not need your assistance. Fear not, I was not presuming to tell thee where to go, for thou art more than capable. I will leave thee to thy travels. Luck be with thee, for thou have made some vengeful enemies, some that thou have yet to meet, and some as close as thine own heart. Can it, old man? We don't care about your divine inspiration and nonsense.
Who can resist the mighty strength of Luther?
Alright. Time to res poor Sharkeel. Had a bad run-in with a bear. What can you do? 800 gold. This is highway robbery. How dare you charge me so much money to bring back the life of my dead friend? Again, the elixirs of health would be so much more useful here, but they're so expensive. We'll buy 2. You think... I think the funny thing is I don't think this is enough antidotes. I'm gonna want 8. Alright. We're gonna give Chartil all her stuff back. I guess this would be an opportunity to purchase more arrows, I suppose. Could ID some of this stuff as well. What the heck is this? Quarterstaff +2? Why is the graphic so weird? I didn't even know there were quarterstaffs +2. Quarterstaves +2 in Baldur's Gate 1. I thought it only went up to +1. Well, whatever. I mean, quarterstaff +2 is a quarterstaff +2. Not that Edwin will ever need it. Actually, you know what? This makes more sense to give it to Chartil. Or Branwyn.
What's your worry? You're so dumb. What is it now?
I feel like I picked up a lot more stuff for Chartil. Didn't she have a bow? Did I not pick up the bow? I didn't pick up the bow. I probably saw it on the ground and thought it was mundane and didn't think to grab it. Alright, so let's instead go... Oh! Wow. It's been a long time since we should have ran into you. Hi, friend. I've not seen you here before today. What brings you to the Friendly Army? I'm not your friend, and my business is my own. How rude. No, really, that is utterly rude of you. I'd teach you a lesson about manners, but that implies that you are going to live. If I weren't going to anyway, I'd kill you just for being so uppity.
Thank God.
You're a long way from home, my friend. So this is the first bounty hunter that you're really supposed to run into. Be it known to all those of evil intent that a bounty has been placed upon the head of Luther of Gladstone, the foster child of Gorion. Last seen in the Camp Keep area, this person is to be killed in quick order. Those returning with proof of the deed shall receive no less than 200 coins, a small pittance compared to the amount of money that other assassins have been
Who can resist the mighty strength
offered
of Luther?
to kill us. Yeah, the game designer has rightfully assumed that you would have made your way to the Friendly Arm long before this time. Who are you? Why are you talking to us? I can't stand the way the roads are cut off these days. My uncle's in Baldur's Gate, and I can't get in there to see him. I feel like we have no option to just tell him off. Oh, what does your uncle do? He's a mage and a crotchety old one at that. Goes by the name of Ragefast. Oh my goodness, this is Ragefast's nephew? He said uncle, right? Wait, where's the text? Yeah, uncle. That's funny. Goes by the name of Ragefast, though as kids we always called him Grumpleskin. Ha ha! If he ever caught us at it, he'd cast Barkskin on us, so we'd wander around all brown-skinned and green-haired, and funny-looking for a few hours. Friend, I have more questions about your anecdotal story than perhaps... What the heck is Nira doing here? Anyway, than perhaps is what you bargained for. What I really want to know is how the heck does a mage cast Barkskin? That's the real mind bender here. There's no way a mage should be able to cast Barkskin, so either he's wrong or Ragefast is actually a dual-classed mage, which... Mage Druid, a Druid Mage, which, is that even possible? I guess you could multi-class. Or, sorry, I said the wrong word. I meant to say multi-class. You could dual-class, right? As a human, since they can mix and match everything. Right? You think? Maybe? Whatever. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and rest in Mirror Shade's place, as well as pawn off our gems to him. Was it just a girdle? What the heck? Why do we have just a girdle? Get rid of that. Belt Vantipode, I'm not looking to use that, so we're going to sell it. Longsword +1. We don't use longswords. We don't need all these short swords. We don't use clubs. Does Faldorn use a club? We're going to hang on to this club just a little bit. Faldorn might make use of it. We don't need the Warhammer. Zircon Gem. Violet's Potion. We certainly don't want to use that. I'm going to go ahead and sell that. Greenstone Ring. Silver Ring. Do we sell the Harrower? Are we ever going to have anyone who uses long swords? I'm trying to think. I mean, I didn't expect to use Kagan this long, but he's been pretty useful. Kind of want to replace him though. I don't want to use Kagan through the whole game. He's a fun guy, but I feel like there are better characters to use. You basically take him for the 20 con.
I need an L.
And the Gauntlets of Dexterity make up for his grossly, disproportionately low dex. Yeah. Anyway. Let's pass these scrolls off to Edwin. Oh, maybe Eldoth can make some use of these. We could go to High Hedge. What? What is your... hold on. What is your success rate? 55%. That explains that. Great. Cool. Wonder if he'll buy the Iron Thorn. It's funny that there's a ring called the Iron Thorn when we're hunting down the Iron Throne. Is that intentional? Is there a reason for that?
Thank God.
But yeah.
Go lightly.
I guess we go to High Hedge. I didn't expect to make this trip. Oh, wait, no. What are we doing? We need to buy... We need to buy a bow. Maybe some arrows. Another bastard sword for Luther. It's funny, for a place that deals in peace and non-hostility, they sure do sell a lot of weapons. I don't know if we need these, but we're going to buy 12. And we'll buy a round of arrows, so 12 of these. And apparently we still need a bow. Because I got rid of Charteel's. Now what is Charteel? I think she's proficient in both long and short, right? Oh, whoops. No, just short bow. Oops. What a waste. So I can take the bow back. Of course, we just bought it, and now he's going to buy it back from us for 30. What a scam. Now, is she proficient in short swords? No, just daggers and long swords. Wait a minute, long swords, of course. Oh, no! No! Why did we sell the Harrower? She's... Oh, she's good with long swords. Oh, no. Wait, did we not sell it? I thought we did. I'm almost certain we sold the Harrower. Wait, did we just sell a longsword +1? I'm not seeing it here, guys. Okay, so the reason I'm confused... Oh, wait, it's right here. Awesome. Okay. Right, because she dual wields. We should probably give her another magic longsword. I totally forgot she had this point in longsword. This is great. It means we can use all the long swords we want. Fortunately, we did sell that longsword +1, but that's fine. We can definitely get her another one at some point in the game. They're not that rare. Good enough, right? I spent too much time here on the shop menu. Adventure calls.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Okay, so unexpectedly, I think that's where we're gonna end this episode.
Hey, this is a trusting fellow.
Having to make a unplanned trip to the Friendly Arm for the first time, apparently, in the Evil playthrough. Gonna go drop by High Hedge in the next one, pick up an ID scroll, teach it to Eldoth, and go back to Cloakwood. And hopefully fight some wyverns. Where did we divvy? We need to divvy up these. That's probably good. Kind of. Edwin and Eldoth don't need to.
If it bleeds, I love bloodshed.
And we'll give one each to Luther and Kagan, since they're
Save your
probably
bet,
going to be in the
thank
front
God.
line. Need
Who
them
can
both.
resist the
That
mighty
was the
strength of
elixirs of
Luther?
health. Anyway, thanks as always for watching, friends. Hope things go well in the next episode, and as always, hope things go great in your own fantastic lives. I'll see you in the next one.